Okay, so our 6-liter V8 here, we've having some trouble getting this bell housing to fit underneath the flywheel and clutch combination that we have for this adapter kit. So this video is going to be for the benefit of the guys at Renegade Hybrids who are helping me try to figure out what's going on here and what we're going to do to fix it. So basically, they wanted to see how I did the measurements just so they can compare it with the stuff they have, so they can figure out if it's the flywheel offset or something with the clutch or whatever. But anyway, first thing we're going to do is we're going to measure the block face, the face that the bell housing bolts onto, to the crank face, which is the face that the flywheel bolts onto. We're going to do that just using a machinist scale, a 6-inch scale, and carpenter's square, that's a straight edge. We're going to go across the back of the crank, get it as flat against the crank as we possibly can. Now we're going to put our scale in here and measure how many 16ths it is between this face and this face. And I see right there is 5/16. That's 5/16 of an inch. Next, we need to measure the face of the flywheel that bolts onto this face of the crank, that distance to the clutch face of the flywheel. When we do that, I don't have anything flatter than this, so this is a fairly flat piece of wood, so we're going to put this on here so the outer ring of the flywheel doesn't interfere with our measurement. Just fits in the middle. And then we're going to go across with our straight edge again. Get that as straight as possible. And we'll use our scale to measure 16ths again. Make sure they're not rocking or anything or on the side of the straight edge. Right there we have just a shade under 3/4 of an inch. So we'll call it 13/16 and a little change. So 13/16 of an inch and a little change. Next, we're going to bolt the flywheel onto the crank. Probably get away with doing this with 2 bolts. We'll see. It fits really tight, so I have to go back and forth a few times to get it flush up against the crank. Well, probably better if we did 3. Now, wouldn't it? Tap. Every bolt so it doesn't get hung up. Almost there. Okay. So we're home. Just get on this with a ratchet real quick just to be sure. Yep. We're tight against the crank now. Can't see any light between the crank surface and flywheel surface, so we're good. So the next measurement we're going to make is block to the clutch surface of the flywheel, which is pretty simple. Just go right across the flywheel here. Measure how many 16ths it is to the block. Which is 1 1/4 inches. Oh, sorry, no, 1 1/8 inch. 1 1/8 inch. That's block clutch surface. 1 1/8 inch. And the next thing we're going to do is take our pressure plate and bolt that on there. I'm just going to put it on, like the flywheel, I'm just going to put it on with 2 bolts and without the clutch disc in there, so it sits flush up against the surface here of the flywheel. Okay. They are tight as they need to be against the flywheel. Now just for kicks, I'm going to measure this right here. Will be the metal part of the flywheel where it flattens over to the block. That is 3 inches, just a hair over 3 inches. Lock clutch. Is 3 inches. Just a hair under 3 inches. Now, onto our chrome. I removed the release bearing and hydraulic cylinder from here just to make this easier. But what happens is, if we try to bolt this on, dowel pins lined up. That is about as far as she goes. That's as even as it gets. It won't go on any further. And we are at about 1/4 of an inch, a little over 1/4 inch. So it's a 1/4 inch gap there. Right now it's actually touching the bell housing. So if taking this down a little bit, and we get the right socket to turn the cranks on. Find out what we did with the socket. Here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Already got it out. This will make some noise. As far as it goes that way. Work it back and forth a couple of times. Pull the bell housing back off. That didn't work. Okay, so you can see, you get a shot here, right across the top here. That just made that mark just now. It wasn't in there before. Got a couple of smaller marks in there the last time I did this, but that's what we just made just now. So let's see if we can figure out what was touching. I'll take you down here so you can have a good look at it. And well, there's some shavings right there. So, yeah, actually that's a contact point right there. That rivet. So anyway, yeah, that's about it. There's the mark that it made. That's one of the contact points. It's like the yellow paint's rubbed off of that one too. And also that one. So that seems to be the spot that's rubbing. I thought initially that these marks here, the last time I did it, were it, but that seems to be definitely it. So Renegade Hybrids guys, take a look at it. Let me know what you think. What can we do to fix this? Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go over these measurements real quick. Back of the block where the bell housing bolts to the surface of the crank where the flywheel bolts to was 5/16 inch. The flywheel, basically the flywheel thickness from the crank flange to the clutch flange where the clutch bolts onto is 13/16 of an inch. Lock to the back of the clutch, not the fingers, the actual housing of the clutch, was 1 1/8 inches. And the block to bell housing, after we attempted to bolt it on, there was a 1/4 inch gap. Lock to the back of the clutch housing was 3 inches. Oh, sorry, this one here, actually this block to clutch was the block surface where the bell housing mates to the surface where the clutch mates to the flywheel after the flywheel was bolted on. And that's 1 1/8 inch. Okay, that's it. Any help would be appreciated. Thank you.